distance on this world map, each single square is approximately 1 day of travel.
Okay.
So you can kind of estimate from that.
Where were we now?
Where we be?
Falkreath? We're like right about to be in.
Yeah, you're the purple dot. You're
okay. Yeah, and we won't start doing this until we hit Orc Watch, basically.
No, yeah, you'll have your final chance to sort of resupply will be at Orc Watch, and in the spirit of leniency and not making this too much of a pain in the ass, and not having had you track it up to this point, I'll say that you can request a caravan meet you at Orc Watch with supplies that you think you'd need within reasonable limits. If you're like, hey, can we get just 10,000 gold just in case? No. But if you're like, yeah, I think we need 15 days feed for the horses, and double down on the water skins because it's the desert. That type of supply.
Does a sand boat exist in this world?
What are we, an avatar?
I mean,
pretty much. I ripped so much of it from Last Airbender.
Yeah, that's half why I'm asking. At least I didn't call it a sandbender.
Was inspired by.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are there like rules?
To us, Nickelodeon.
Are there rules?
Sponsors brought to you by Nickelodeon.
Are there rules that like make things like go dry up faster or get used more in the desert?
I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say that there's potential risk for exhaustion due to prolonged exposure to heat. So be careful of what you're wearing. I'm going to say that
Patrick screwed.
Light armor is low risk. Medium armor is medium risk. Heavy armor is higher risk. Which will be predominantly factored based on con saves if it gets to that point. If you can come up with some way to travel in shade or like hook up
at night or something.
Fan to your saddle, like that kind of thing.
Eli, is there any way that I could somehow find Flanders armor? Because then it will feel like I'm wearing nothing at all. Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Stupid sexy Flanders.
If you want to trade out your magic armor, sure. Yeah, you can consider, like, if you want to take the wagon, Pat, if you want to have Brody take the whole team, it will be more mouths to feed. Min and max will count for food and water consumption.
And would you say that a ration is a day's food or no?
A ration can be a day's food.
Okay. Rules is written, it's a day. I personally make it a meal, but that's just me. That's my house rule.
No, a ration can be a day's food, and
then
I'm going to say a water skin can be 2 days water.
Okay. That was my next question.
So, like, you'll also have to feed and water your horses.
Yes.
If you choose to take all of the horses, you can also choose to leave some of them and have more people travel in the cart. It's up to you. I don't know what the rules for Bo being a spirit horse are. I'm assuming Bo doesn't need to eat and drink.
Bo doesn't eat, right? He just poofs and disappears and comes back fine.
Well, I have to recast.
I thought you said he poops and disappears.
No, poofs.
No, I gotcha. I only admit my foible until I actually realize the truth.
So I don't know if there's stuff in the PHP as far as like how the mount for paladins works.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I'll read all in on that now.
And just let me know. And if it's something like, oh yeah, he's supposed to eat and drink, but to save food and water, I'm just going to let him starve to death and then resummon him every day.
That's not evil.
So that would have some ramifications for you and your character.
You could dismiss him.
Yes.
Then resummon him, and then every time you resummon him, they reset. But let me read into it, and I'll let you know.
Yeah. So, and it doesn't need to be figured out today. Like, you're not going to be.
Yeah,
if you somehow manage to teleport yourselves 5 days ahead to the desert right now, then we're probably just going to call it a day because I have not prepped that yet. Full disclosure.
No worries.
And then the other thing that may or may not come up as far as long resting versus short resting. So short resting is an hour. Long resting is 4 to 8 hours, depending on whether you're an elf or not.
What was your house rule on that? Does it have to be sleeping, or can it be like hanging out, relaxing in a hammock? Because I've done both, so I was just curious what your preference was. Like, do you have to be asleep, or do you just have to be resting?
For a long rest, a portion of it has to be sleep.
Oh, that's fine, yeah. But I'm curious.
Short resting does not have to be sleep. And obviously, like, for long resting, watches happen.
That's the part I'm thinking of, yeah.
It's 2 hours of it, you can be up.
Yeah. But for a long rest, say at least, at minimum, half has to be sleep.
Okay.
And I'd say that if you continually don't long rest and continue to push on or don't spend enough time sleeping, then there's saves for exhaustion levels and stuff like that. Additionally, a rule that I like is that at the beginning of your rest, you determine what type of rest it's going to be. If you state that you're going to take a long rest, 2 hours into your long rest, an event occurs and you are woken, you do not gain the benefits of a short rest.
That's fair, yeah.
Well, that's why I was checking with you how it worked. So if I slept for 4 hours and then was woken, but I don't have to exert myself, like say it's just I was roused, like the long rest could still be happening if it's just
if you're roused for a watch, yes. But if you get ambushed in the middle of the night,
if I have to do work, I don't count it as a rest.
Right.
Yep.
Then it interrupts your short rest, or it interrupts your long rest. But even if there's been an amount of time equivalent to a short rest, like if you get an hour nap and then get attacked in your sleep, you do not get the benefits of a short rest. Correct. So if you want to say, hey, I'm going to short rest for an hour and then I'm going to long rest and we're going to make this a 9-hour ordeal instead of an 8-hour ordeal, that's a choice that you have to make. It mostly...
I think you're safe because none of our classes have that benefit. We don't have any elves. We're half elves.
No,
too,
but...
Right?
Well, and some of you recoup stuff on short rests. So, like Danielle, monks get key points back on short rests.
Gotcha.
And
so
my charge goes back.
Right. So if you say I'm taking a long rest, 2 hours pass, you are woken by a combat encounter. You don't get your key points back. You don't get your charges back because you have not completed a short or long rest.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, because it wasn't named that way.
Right. Like the first hour of a long rest does not count as a short rest.
Makes sense.
No hit dice can be rolled in hindsight. Like
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're never gonna get a long rest. He's gonna bombard us with crap all the time.
I just read up on the Find Steed spell. It doesn't mention anything about them needing to eat food or drink, albeit though they take the form of the creature that you choose, and although it is either celestial, fey, or fiend, your choice, instead of its normal type. And then if it dies or you dismiss it and then you summon it back, it comes back with full hit points, which in my mind would be like it's fully refreshed. It's coming out of whatever awesome state. So,
yeah, I'm gonna say it doesn't need to eat or drink.
Okay, yeah, because it is a celestial. It's a celestial being that's taking the form of a warhorse in this case. But
what happens to any equipment that your steed has?
So the standard on that is, this is, I think, is community based, and I've been playing it this way, is that you can use them as sort of as a storage vault. So he has saddlebags. I have stuff in the saddlebags. I dismiss him. When I summon him back, he comes back with the saddlebags and all the equipment that's in it.
I like
that's how I've been playing it so far. That's how I've always played a paladin. But that's up to you.
I will like. I mean, let me know how you feel about this, but I like to narratively flavor that as it is a more intelligent animal. It's not just a horse. It has that whole thing of like, oh, if its intelligence is less than 5, it comes back, or 6, whatever.
Yeah,
it comes
it's
with an intelligence of at least 6.
Yep.
That it is more of a sentient choice, and that if it would die, it instead dismisses itself.
Sure.
It's like, oh, this is going to be lethal damage, so I'm gonna unsummon to
upon it hitting 0 instead of dying, it
Right.
It banishes itself home.
Right.
Yeah, that's
and so thus can make like the conscious choice to to take the equipment and everything with it.
But yeah, if the gear doesn't go with it, then like what would the point of having saddlebags be? Because like it wouldn't come back with a saddle or bags or harness or tack.
Right. Well, unless you took it all off and then dismissed it and then repacked it.
Yes, but like
it would just
combat,
be one
if it
more.
Was to fall,
yeah. It would be one more extra difficult thing for you to manage.
Yeah.
Which I'm not really a big fan.
I don't specifically know what the ruling is officially there.
No, I like that.
But I've never heard of anyone run it that way, but obviously it's your game.
No, I'm not trying to make this a super hard. Like, this isn't going to be the hardest core campaign.
Not uber technical.
Right. Like, if I was trying to kill everybody, I'd probably make you manage it that way. Especially for like... Or like it comes back with empty saddlebags, but anything you had in them is gone, or that kind of.
Be lucky you even have magic.
Right. Or like, oh yeah, you bought magic horseshoes for it, so its attacks are magical. Well, that one died, so
yeah,
the new one doesn't have magic horseshoes, and you got to redo that crap.
Definitely need to get some magic horseshoes.
But anyway, those are the two things that I wanted to touch on, like the resource management. So start to think about what you'll need. You could most likely, as far as your characters are aware, you should be able to restock at the Trader's Outpost and at Azamir itself. So as far as like how many days of food and water you need to keep,
gotcha.
You can base off that.
If it's even there still.
If it's even there still, maybe Azamir is in shambles and there's nothing left.
Oh boy.
Sounds good.
Who knows? Lots of fun things can still happen. But back to not Falkreath. So, last time, you approached this house at nightfall looking for a place to sleep. It was inhabited by a succubus and incubus sibling combo that you battled.
Got sketched out by an...
Yep.
Dad and ran away.
And let's all remember how Beetle will be walking for a while.
Beetle.
I told you they sounded very trusting.
Technically, I never battled them at all.
So one of them was killed and one of them disappeared.
Can we leave this place?
The succubus died or the incubus? No, the incubus died.
Incubus died.
The guy one died. Which one? I don't know which one's the guy one.
Incubus is male. Succubus is female.
The incubus died. The succubus disappeared.
Cool.
It's unfortunate because I was really looking forward to his version of Drive.
Anyway, it is officially nighttime.
I need.
All right, so we need to get away from this house. Can we please get away from this creepy house?
Based off of that, I think I want to go poking around. I want some treasure for what we just went through.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't even think of that.
Think they're not going to come back?
Well, we did do a loop through the place, and
you did
she wasn't here.
You did do a detect evil
yes.
last time, I believe.
Yes, I believe that was the last thing I did. So, with that, I will dismount, and we're gonna search the grounds, the building, the curtilage.
Okay.
I'll check in real quick with Min and Max and Broseph, just letting them know what's going on.
They heard commotion and they were just kind of sitting.
We'll stay here and not die.
They're like, that's sounds
I'm just gonna
like a you problem. Good job, guys. Go team. Yeah.
I'm gonna hang out with my buddy Kat because we're such good friends and we don't hold grudges against each other. Make sure that Kat's doing okay.
Just looks down at like the blood on her robe and is staring at you.
Is there an incubus body to peruse?
There. Yes. I
I'll
don't
search.
remember.
Please don't peruse anything. Just search.
I don't remember where it died.
I think around where it was somewhere.
Yeah,
somewhere
it was in the house somewhere. So we're gonna put it
somewhere
there.
in whatever.
Excuse me. been a busy day.
It's been a busy day.
So the way that I would like to do this looting, if everybody's all right with it, if you're looking for anything specific, as far as like weapons, equipment, armor, etc. goes, let me know. Any magic items that they may have will be findable as those magic items.
Do we have to name them, or can we just be like, I want to
No,
look
if
for
you're
magic?
no, if you just do a regular investigation, any magic items will be sort of like, oh hey, you find this specific thing, or like
Okay.
quest items, not necessarily magic items, but special unique things that.
Based
Yeah,
on
yeah.
the
That I
roll,
like.
did we find it or not? And then the other
But I'm not going to be
like,
like, yeah, you found 11 daggers in the house. Like,
Yeah.
you went through all the kitchen drawers, and there's 11 serviceable knives that could be daggers.
There's 11
If you're
daggers
not
in the house?
looking for daggers, I'm just going to convert it to money.
thank you. I like that.
If that's okay with everybody else.
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah, money is definitely good, or anything notably like, that looks pretty magical.
Yeah,
Like-
magic or value.
Like, my least favorite part of every RPG is hoarding everything and then going into town when your inventory is full and selling it all. I hate that, so I'm not going to make you do it. But if you
Yeah.
are
We could
like,
be having
you
a
know
spa
what?
day again instead.
Right, like at some point in the last campaign I played in, I just decided to start hoarding javelins, because I wanted javelins.
Whose game was that, Eli?
that was your game.
Whose game?
So I just started hoarding
yeah,
javelins, and I was like, yeah, I want specifically javelins or money. Those are the two things I'm looking for. So, but if there is something like, oh yeah, I could use some more daggers to throw, or whatever. You never have to say that you're looking for magic items. You're always looking for magic items.
Sounds good.
But any
Alright.
other equipment is going to be.
Cat hobbles her way in,
I'll join you, Cat.
Am I doing
Sure.
an investigation?
and I look
Oh, yeah.
and I call into the boys, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get stabbed again if I come in here, am I?
Life's always a mystery.
Seems okay.
All right,
think
I walk on
You're
in.
good. Now, about finding those 11 daggers.
All right, do you want
so
investigation?
you can all
check?
you can all roll investigation checks. Let me know if there's anything specific that you're looking for, or if it's just general treasure.
Yeah, I'm going over my character sheet now to see if there's anything where I'd be like, ooh,
I'm distracted by my conscience.
Yeah, you are.
all right, investigation, right?
Yep.
For the old searchy search.
I'm just happy to be here.
Aw,
Oh,
that was lame.
I'm not good
Hey.
at this.
Hey, Ditto.
Oh, I didn't roll a 1.
it's not an at one. Okay.
Wait, can I get like advantage because I scoped the place out really well before and like noticed all the details? Because that was a shit roll.
You did crit last time. There we go.
Hey!
Kat, I
Describe
do
how
remember you
you-
critting last time on a perception/investigation when you first walked in.
Yeah, because I remember
what
like
happened?
giving me tons of detail. That was
Guys,
DJ.
guys, you have the problem that everything you're looking for is you're looking too high up. Obviously, everything is at a lower level, which and because I was one with the incubus spirit,
Oh, yeah.
I got a perception check into his mind, so I know where all the best shit is. What?
Can I try again?
Kat, that's a great excuse. Go ahead.
That's better.
All right.
Oh,
Because I
Um,
scoped it out and I like
I am
heard about all the math
I am
and
now
all the
changed.
like.
Apparently, everything is at eye level.
Oh, since my true
No.
side is active, any chance I also get another roll there, Eli?
No.
Okay, sounds good.
So I'm going to say that Birdie's interaction with my almost 1 is me being over here, and I'm just like stabbing the body.
Making real sure that it's dead.
Demon.
I like
Demon.
to think it's Brody being like, I swear this is a secret wall, and just trying to figure out how to get through a normal wall.
No,
Somewhere.
he's in the
One of these
kitchen.
books.
And he keeps opening the same drawer. He's like, "Is this the one I haven't been looking at? Is this?"
Oh no, even better. He's just thinking this is how you search through pockets.
No,
And here's a
he's found
pocket.
that-
And here's a
He's
pocket.
found that drawer in the kitchen that has all this random useless stuff in it. He's just checking out everything,
drawer.
being like,
And
Yeah,
check
it's the junk mail and binder clips drawer.
yeah.
Hey
got all
guys,
the
good
tape
news!
menus.
I found 13 daggers in this drawer.
There's not even batteries in this universe, and he somehow found batteries.
Batteries.
No, that's even better. If we went Pat's option, then it'd be like, now you have to go into town and sell your shit. And I hope you hate it too.
All right, so Beetle, you find 3 gold, even with that crappy of a roll. That'll get to you. Brody, you find 1 gold. Good job.
Good job, buddy. We all pat him on the head.
Moving on up.
That's half of Elvin
Tozer.
Mimosa.
You just rounded my goal up to 40. Thanks.
All right. Tozu, you find 25 gold, and
Just rounded my gold up to 1.
Oh, sorry, I never said like I totally am on board for finding magical things if they
yes,
are.
everybody's always on board for finding magical things. But if you're looking for anything specific,
No.
like equipment-wise, let me
Magical
know.
horseshoes.
Hey, you know what? Because my good friend Brody paid for drinks, I'm going to give him 4 gold.
Okay.
Mainly because that brings me up to an even 100 gold.
And then DJ, if you could
now
specify
at
a little
5.
bit about what you asked before, if you could just clarify like what type specifically you're looking for. I'll let you know about that. Cat, you find 40
Wait,
gold.
DJ. Woohoo! Hold on. DJ, can't he do something crazy and inspiring or whatever and then get inspired because it's a
Oh yes, he can.
20?
Yeah, I was trying to figure out how you do that with an investigation. That's why I was like,
Yeah, that's why I
"You
can't wait
guys-"
to hear it.
Yeah, well, no, I mean that's why I started it with the everything's at my eye level compared to you guys because you all had crap rolls and then you had to go and roll your 24 and
Yeah,
just be
that's
like, oh. Or,
You said
Actually,
40, right, Eli?
Yes, I did say 40.
Thank you. I just wanted to write that down before I forget.
And in addition to that, you find
and give
let me make sure I'm giving you the right thing.
No worries.
You can rules as written, you can sample any potion or poison and figure out what it is without suffering the effects.
I'm not sure about poison, but I know potions, yeah, you just dab it on your tongue, and you go, oh, this is a potion of whatever, which is a really weird rule in my mind, but
And I'm an alchemist, so that kind of makes sense for me.
see, that works in my mind.
Okay.
No, don't drink
Cat.
that. Yes.
You find a potion of haste, which casts the haste spell on whoever drinks the potion.
Okay.
And you find a small cat figurine that seems to stand out to you. It's about 3 inches tall, and it's just a black cat sitting up.
Okay. I will take both and add them to my satchel.
Ozu, what's your primary weapon of choice?
My primary weapon of choice is usually my short sword.
Let's be honest, it's
Okay.
anything with silver on it.
Yeah, well, my short because we changed that up. That my short sword was the silvered one instead of the long sword. Then that's what I've been primarily using because it gets me a sneak attack bonus. It gets me silvered, and it's better than the daggers. It's 1d 1d6 versus 1d4 for the daggers.
Would you still
Please,
have an
please,
offhand
please let her
weapon,
find a silver candlestick.
Do you have an offhand
Let her find a
weapon?
silver candlestick. Use it like a club.
I mean, technically, my daggers would be the offhanded weapons because I technically have my daggers like sheathed in my wrist.
So 1 silver,
So-
which is
Yeah,
the
he's
sword
got like
and
the
and
the
daggers are
Assassin's
not silvered?
Creed.
Yeah, well, the daggers aren't silvered at all. The short sword is.
Okay.
Be right
Um,
back.
Also, Eli, to try to expand out on the 20 for what I was saying of
Yes.
when the was it the incubus or the succubus that took over my mind,
Inky.
or does it not really matter? Like,
It was. I think
doesn't
you
really
said
matter.
it was the incubus.
I think it was the Incubus.
so when the incubus took over my mind, I'd like to think that it had opened like a two-way street of things, and not getting necessarily all the memories of said incubus, I was able to, have that feeling of where there might be some form of great power within this household, possibly, well, Brody is over there trying to bang on a wall that he thinks is a secret. I'm happening to know of a little wooden area or a wooden board that actually is housing a secret. And I
Little
try
secret
to,
area.
yeah, and I make my way over to it, not fully certain what I'm going to find, but just feeling around the baseboards of this house, that there might be one that's loose, that something is near that I can feel, but not fully certain as to what I'm about to possibly unearth, and mildly having trepidation about it for the fact that I, stabbed my good friend Cat unwillingly.
Sure.
So-
I'm gonna move you over here,
Okay.
and you are sort of pressing along. There's like a little stone fireplace, and you're kind of like pressing along the stones. And one of them actually pushes in, and above the mantle, like just at the top of your reach, you hear like a little sound of stone grinding, and from the mantelpiece rises up on like a little stand, an extremely ornately gaudy jeweled dagger with gold with large gemstones that seem to glint in the light enticingly.
Oh my. Hey, Brody, can I borrow you for a second? If you're
Sure.
done with that drawer in there.
There's so many knives.
Hey Brody,
Hmm?
can you have the detect good and evil thing. I'm not that good at detecting good and evil. Can you is there anything, can you tell anything about this? I found a thing.
Extremely ornate-looking dagger.
Yes, and I'm mildly worried about, my natural instinct is always to take bright shiny things.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wow.
I don't know if you saw it. I'm kind of embarrassed to say this. I may have stabbed Cat.
I saw.
Okay, so that's awkward, and I don't think it was me that was doing it, but it was me that did it. So
Okay,
well stated.
so here's the thing. I don't know if I should touch this, because what if it makes me stab someone again? Like Beetle, I understand. I understand that I should probably stab Beetle. However, you and Cat are fine right now. I don't want to stab you guys.
Well, thanks. Let me see what I can do. Give me a moment here.
I just shimmy away a little. I hear a little bit of that.
Remember, I'm still trying to see if I can get an inspiration point, so I'm going to roleplay as well as I can right now.
Interesting. All right. Well, I will, Eli. I will activate my divine sense.
Okie dokie. How many times can you do that per?
A 4 per long.
Okay.
In total, after this, I will have 1 instance of it remaining.
Cool.
So I will detect in 60 feet. Stuff like
Nothing.
that. Good.
Nothing of note.
Okay. I kind of close my eyes and take a breath and look, and it's not throwing off any celestial fiend or fey ness to it, but that doesn't mean it's not a cursed item.
What do you think, Yola?
You earned it, buddy.
maybe pick it up, but don't give it to someone else as a gift to start, even if you can.
Right. I will. I'm gonna take the dagger.
As she's reaching out, I'm just gonna kind of like get the shield ready. And,
Okay.
you know,
I almost feel like you're just like mildly blocking your. Your,
make sure that the
Conchi's
gauntlet's in the
region.
defensive direction.
Could I do an Arcana check to help out?
Sure, fine. Step
Oh,
back.
now you want to do the checks.
It's-
I'll say, yeah, if Tozu wants to ask you over there, then sure. Yeah, it's a real shiny.
Oh my god.
I throw a history check down on that, Eli, just to see what I.
Sure.
At least have some sort of plus on. I got a 10.
It's a real shiny dagger.
Looks like treasure.
I can tell I've overdescribed something when I get an ability and 3 checks out of it.
I just
No. I just figured I'd add to the role play of him wanting to be
any story to
very
it.
cautious about
Grizzly
being
don't
ensorcelled
care.
again. You know?
I'm staying very far away from Tozu and and pointy shiny things.
There's a
gonna go.
gazillion stories about enchanted weapons.
Oh yeah, that's one of those maybe magical bejeweled daggers, possibly.
You should.
There's
try to
also
sit with
just-
it and learn about it.
You've also been in enough political rooms to see a lot of just ornate ceremonial daggers.
It could just
and
be
it
treasure.
could also just be treasure.
All right, I'm gonna go talk to Kat and poke at her wounds or whatever. How are we looking, Kat?
Poke at my wounds?
Yeah, well, how hurt are you?
More hurt now. Poke.
Yes, but I have healing hands.
Just put your finger
Fairly
in the cut.
okay. I'm not perfect though.
Okay. When you consider yourself bloodied still?
What?
Are you more than half hurt? Okay. And then the danger zone is when you're within 1 hit die. That's the I'm gonna fall over.
Zone.
No, yeah, I'm good enough.
For now.
Happy with my interactions in here.
Okie dokie.
I'm gonna take the dagger.
Okie dokie.
I'm done.
Add it to your inventory.
Do it in Sharpie.
Ain't going nowhere.
Pretty much. No, I mean nothing.
Jewel
Nothing
and trust
immediately
dagger.
happens. Yeah.
Pick it up. I put it down. I pick it up. I can't put it down.
I inform Tozu that sometimes if you concentrate and spend time with a device that potentially could have magical powers, you start to glean information on it. Something you can do in your downtime.
Long rests, you can play with it for a while.
You're saying I need to take it on a date.
You do. You know what? Make an insight check too.
Me or
Yeah.
Everybody.
Tozu. Nope. Tozu.
Okay.
Okay.
That was more of a, I want DJ to know what he's able to do, because
Learn the rules.
just so he knows.
So your heart's beating pretty fast and you're sweating a little bit, but
Every
you're
second.
standing. You've been standing right in front of the fire for a while, and you're nervous about this, but you pick it up and I mean it doesn't bite you. So
I feel we should go stand next to Kat and see if I get the urge to stab her.
you don't feel any stabbier than usual at the moment.
Same amount of.
I mean, you
No,
always feel
not
a little stabby. Your baseline a little stabby.
Like
I
up
feel.
here, you know.
Yeah, hey Beetle, come here for a second. I just want to test something.
No, thank you.
Well,
Anybody else like to do anything in the house?
done.
Kat, did you write down the things that you got?
I did. Thank you.
Did you have a chance to check out the haste spell?
No, I didn't even think about it. Wrote it down. Let's do that.
Good spell.
Did you check out the haste spell?
I'm looking at my own spells. I'm reading up on ceremony.
Ooh, that's useful.
Yeah, and it may or may not be most useful for you because you already get a bazillion actions, so it
You
may
use
be.
it on somebody who's moving like a slowpoke.
Hey, I heard that.
Right, there's
perks too.
a lot of uses. It's a good thing to have.
That's cool. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks,
All
creepy
right.
house where I got stabbed.
So it is nighttime. It is dark out. And you're still like in the woods. You can choose to try to camp here if you want to leave this area. That's up to you.
I don't necessarily think we should be like in the house.
I'm not excited to try to think of options for the team at this point in time.
I got a dagger.
Unless we
Yeah,
have a way
yes.
to keep whatever lived here out of here so that we're safe. If all
I
y'all
don't have any
fancy
salt.
I mean, I have holy water, but
Yeah, this is not supernatural rules. Sorry.
I mean, it is a house.
We need a Liamon's tiny hut.
It's not an
Yep.
evil house though, because if it was,
It is not an
Here.
evil house inherently.
Your spidey senses would tingle.
doesn't mean that they won't come back though. So it is camp time basically.
I think
Yeah.
we've established.
I mean, you could choose to push on through the woods in the dark. That's going to have its own challenges.
I need a long rest, or I'm just kind of as good as the
I
wagon.
could use that too, because I need to refill some slots.
Yeah, so I put it to the party then. Where do we want a long rest? Do we want to actually rest here in this house, or do we want to like just pop the tents in the front yard there? Or...
I mean, if we're near the house, I would point towards in the house, unless we try to get some distance away and then plop it down. So,
Man, you still want to keep going in the house, huh?
well, I feel like
Already
if you're
in it.
in a house, you can not worry about wildlife as much as the succubus coming back, versus if we're out in the front yard, we get both.
Yeah.
That's my thought. But all I say is we need to rest, whether it's in here, out farther away. I leave it up to you guys to, because I've already made a bad decision about this house.
Already nods in acknowledgement. All right. What are the other two you say?
As long as I can sleep and not get stabbed, I will do whatever the group decides.
And I
DJ.
got a dagger.
DJ, what do
Okay,
you think?
let's.
I'm usually your night watchman.
But
Watch lady.
And we all take a turn.
I want you
I
to
know,
just, I
but
want
I'm-
you to say
I'm
whether we
saying-
should
I'm
be
saying
inside
I'm
the house
ga-
or in the woods.
I mean, if this thing comes back, I want a piece of it. So let's stay here. I'm up for the challenge.
Yeah, right. We
Fine with it.
we got a tie break.
All right.
There it is.
Let's get rid of that. But did the incubus dissolve back into whatever, or is it
It's
just still a corpse there?
still an incubus corpse. I don't think they disappear after a time.
That's gonna get taken. Let's grab that in
Or
here.
just throw it in the fireplace. It'll burst into flames.
Grab you with the gauntlet and drag you out of the way.
Double
Out here.
check.
I will cast Prestidigitation to clean up the area of his gross dead body.
Hey, yo. And I walk over to you, and I just point at my bloody robe. I was like, can you do that to this? And I smile.
I prestidigitate your clothes. They are not only fixed, but they are clean.
Yeah.
Actually, does it fix? You may still
I don't
have
think
a
it
gouge.
fixes.
Yeah, I think you need men for that.
I can
Yeah, that's
sew,
men.
but
Prestidigitation cleans but does not
Yeah,
mend.
I just want the
Mending
gross
mends,
blood.
but does not clean.
watch.
Gonna go to.
Heroes.
I drag the body out around back here. I'll go up to the window. Hey, cat! Tap, tap, tap.
What?
Is there anything you want to harvest out of that thing?
Mm,
Alchemy components or something?
yeah, I think I'm all set.
Okay. Boop. 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 Hey guys, we're gonna sleep here for tonight. Bring the wagon around.
Sure. Where do you want the wagon?
We'll just bring it up to the front door.
Sure.
Get her. Right.
Yeah, our horses are chilling out there, aren't they?
Mhm.
Yep.
So do we need people outside?
Well, I think we should still have a watch, and whoever's on watch can just,
Sit
sit
in
in
the
the
wagon.
with the door. We can keep the door open, and someone can just, mill out here.
Yeah, you can let me know where like exactly you want the wagon and if you want it rotated or like not blocking the view of the front door or something like that.
Let's rotate it 90. We'll still keep a gap in between, but we'll have it like alongside. Yeah, and then move it forward. The other way. I wanted to cover the door, but not block the door. Yeah, like that.
Okay. That
Creates a
will
little-
potentially impair visibility. out
Yeah,
the
but
door.
whoever's on watch could like sit up on the wagon,
Sure.
and then if they need to go in, they just drop down and go in.
Sure.
It also creates a bit of a choke point if need be.
Alrighty. So you can all set up bedrolls, etc., in the house
Mhm.
and determine a watch order.
I would appreciate taking last watch just in case.
I'll watch first because I wanna check out this new dagger.
Do I have to do consecutive sleeping to get my stuff back?
You're allowed 2 hours in your 8 hours of rest to like
So I
be
can
on
be
watch.
inconsistent. I can do the second one then.
I'll take the third, I guess.
Unless
guess
you want to go second.
I guess I'll
No,
be
no,
on
I don't
top of. So this is on top of the wagon, not
Yep.
in the wagon. I'm guessing.
Uh,
Yeah.
well, the wagon. We can take the tarping down
Okay.
for the night if need be, like cover the goods as opposed to have it over the goods. Bed everything down for the night.
All right. So
Have to change up the spells.
I'm debating. So rules as written allows attunement to magical
Good.
items to happen during a short rest. Yeah, if you devote a short rest to attuning.
Is it a long?
Yeah.
Sure. I think it takes an hour, but I think when you take one of the two rests, that was a long rest.
I'm basically debating about whether or not Tozu can attune to this new magic item while on
Well, let's-
watch.
On watch.
Let's look up the rules.
Some magic items require a certain prospective class.
I think the rules officially say no.
I believe in a long rest, you can figure out what an item does.
Spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it.
There you go.
This can't be
Short.
the same as a short rest used to learn the item's properties.
They're two separate things. Is that what you said?
So it says attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused only on it. Physical time. So that would attune you to it, and then this can't be the same as a short rest used to learn the item's properties.
So you do a short rest to figure out what it does, and then you do another short rest to attune to it.
In which you can't short rest while keeping watch as well.
Oh yeah, we already said
Correct.
that. If you're
That
taking-
was-
Okay.
That
That
is
was
my
just-
rule. You
yeah.
have to pick one or the other.
So it says the focus can take the form of weapon practice for a weapon, meditation for a wondrous item, or something else if you can argue the reason for what you're doing. So it's not necessarily you just sitting there staring at it. Like you could be out back stabbing a
Yeah,
straw
interacting
or
with it.
something. Yeah. If the short rest is interrupted, the attunement fails. And intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties of the item, including any necessary command words. So that's attuning.
So you do figure out what it does and how to lock onto it.
Okay. All right. So Tozu's taking first watch.
Mm-hmm.
guess so.
Alrighty. And Tozu, what are you going to be doing with your time specifically?
I think if anything, I'm going to because I feel like as an assassin, I try to like get the feel like which hand is going to be best for me using everything in So I figure while I'm sitting in the wagon trying to like keep an eye out at whatnot, I'm just moving the dagger from hand to hand, trying to get a general feel as to how I feel, like making some slashing motions with it.
Sure. So like you
do.
unsheath it, look at the blade, kind of get a feel for a balance, and like give it a couple twirls and slashes.
Yep.
Okay.
Figure out which side it makes me look more badass from.
Nice.
I may need to take about 3 minutes.
Okay.
More? No.
I'm reading more about attuning just because.
Is that? Yeah.
Doesn't bother me none.
I need like 3 minutes. I'll be.
Go for it. You're in charge.
I'm still here. I just don't want you to see me smirking. To
Gee, thanks.
a great
Storyteller's
extent.
smiling. It's already too late.
Yes, it is.
You like not turn off your camera, but just throw something over it.
Yeah, I don't know if I can
Danielle?
turn it off. / if I turn it off, I don't know how to turn it back on.
Danielle,
You just hit the little button.
Danielle, we have the chance of seeing behind the veil. Stop
We
being
do
the kid in
not.
class saying you
I've-
forgot to assign
You're
us
not
homework.
an
I've got this nice
idiot.
little doobie-doo here on my...
Yeah, I got
Just-
one of the doobie-doos too, but I'm just saying.
It's actually perfect timing for me to turn off my camera.
Don't be telling the teacher you forgot to assign us homework.
I don't think I was ever that kid.
Yes, that's what it's called.
I also don't assign that much homework.
Oh, you can only be attuned to 3 magical items at a time.
At once,
Yep.
yeah, I knew that.
And they can't be the same thing. So, like, if you have, like, 2 rings of protection or whatever, you can't do that.
Oh, I did not know that. Makes sense though.
Rings don't stack.
What if one's a belly ring?
Items with the same name. So, like, if it's a
Yeah.
ba-ba-ba-ba of protection, you can't have them.
It just doesn't matter where you put it.
Yeah. Basically, you can't have the same effect
Yeah.
on you at the same time.
Does not stack.
Okie.
Okay?
Artichoke.
No, see, you've gone too far.
I also still don't think I did well enough on my 20 to get that inspiration point out of it. I just had an idea, but I didn't like actually get.
I
all
liked
that
your
far into it.
first line of like, you guys are all searching too high. You gotta look down here.
Yeah.
I think you get it, but obviously it's Eli's call.
Yeah, I'm fine with you getting it too.
Yeah, I'm alright with you getting it.
Hey, I have inspiration again.
So
That means I can roll a 1.
I wanna read this out because it sounds like there's mild contradiction to it. Eli, you keep doing your thing, but it's talking about the attuning, where it says attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focused only on that item while being in physical contact with it. This can't be the same short rest used to learn the item's properties. But then it says, at the end of the short rest, the creature gains an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties
Yeah, that
of the
does sound.
item, including any necessary command words. So it's like, you're not going to get to know the thing's properties, but here's an
You
intuitive
learn how it works.
understanding of the activatable properties. So like, would that be
Yeah,
more
that
like
does-
it has a static effect that I don't know.
Unless it's like, you know how to turn it on and off, but you don't know if it throws fire or ice. You know, like that could be.
Yeah, but it says
I'm with you. It
intuitive
sounds contradictory.
understanding of how to activate any magical properties. But yeah, so maybe you don't know what the magical properties are, and that's a separate short rest. Or it just has to be like a successful roll, or those spells where it says, understand what this item is, or talk to the crone that gives you the information.
I mean, I could almost see it to go with like a Zelda reference, like for Twilight Princess, where you had your sword the entire time, but it wasn't. So you understood how a sword worked, but it wasn't until you had those wolf lessons that you got the different techniques with the sword. So I could see that almost being that difference, like where
I know that this is a sword, and this is the pointy end that goes in
Yeah.
the bad guy.
Well, I found
Like,
something.
Are daggers slashing or piercing?
They are piercing. Sorry.
So I did
I was
find
looking at the
something
wrong
where
thing.
it does look like that if you attune to the item, you won't know what it does, but you'll know how to make it do whatever it can do.
Mhm.
You have to use the identify spell, which gives you the information because you use a spell slot. Alternative, you can focus on one magical item for a short rest while being in physical contact.
Considering I don't have any
The character learns
spells.
the item's properties as well as how to use. No, that's so weird. Yeah, I guess you still find out its properties, and it's just
Identifying a
weird
magic
phrasing.
item. Some magic items are indistinguishable. Alright, some magic items, this is in the DMG, some magic items are indistinguishable from their non-magical counterparts, whereas other magic items are conspicuously magical. Whatever a magic item's appearance, handling an item is enough to give a character a sense of something extraordinary about it. So just by picking up a magic item, you know it's like, ooh.
This
You
is
know it's
special.
special automatically.
Yeah. Discovering a magic item's properties isn't automatic, however. The Identify spell is the fastest way to reveal an item's properties. Alternatively, a character can focus on one magic item during a short rest while being in physical contact with the item. At the end of the rest, the character learns the item's properties as well as how to use the item. Potions are an exception. A little taste is enough to tell the taster what the potion does. Sometimes a magic item carries a clue to its properties. The command word to activate a ring might be etched in tiny letters on the inside, or a feathered design might suggest that it's a ring of feather falling. Whether or wearing or experimenting with an item can also offer hints about its properties. For example, if a character puts on a ring of jump, you could say, "Your steps feel strangely springy." Perhaps a character then jumps up and down to see what happens. You then say the character jumps an unexpected height. Attunement. There's more difficult identification as a variant rule.
Oh,
If you
boy.
prefer magic items have greater mystique, consider removing the ability to identify properties of magic items during a short rest and require the identify spell, experimentation, or both to reveal what it is. Attunement is some magic items require a creature to form a bond with the item before magical properties can be used. This bond is called attunement. Remember, not all magic items require attunement. That's important to remember here. This bond is called attunement, and certain items have a prerequisite for it. If the prerequisite is a class, a creature must be a member of that class to attune to the item. If the class is a spellcasting class, a monster qualifies if it has spell slots and uses a class's spell list. If prerequisite is to be a spellcaster, a creature qualifies if it casts at least one spell using its traits, features, and using magic item like. Without becoming attuned to an item that requires attunement, a creature gains only its non-magical benefits unless its description states otherwise. So like you said, like, this is a dagger, I stab with it. For example, a magic shield that requires attunement provides the benefits of a normal shield to a creature not attuned to it, but none of its magical properties. Attuning to an item requires a creature to spend a short rest focusing on only that item while being in physical contact with it. This can't be the same short rest used to learn the properties. This focus can take the form of weapon practice for a weapon, meditation for one rest item, or some other appropriate activity. If the short rest is interrupted, the attunement fails. Otherwise, at the end of the short rest, the creature gains an intuitive understanding of how to activate any magical properties of the item, including any necessary command words. An item can be attuned to only one creature at a time, and a creature can attune to no more than 3 magic items. Any attempt to chain a 4th creature, attunement to first. Additionally, creatures can attune to no more than 1 copy of an item. For example, you cannot attune to more than 1 ring of protection at a time. Creature's attunement ends if it's no longer prerequisites met, or more 100 feet away for 24 hours. If it dies, someone else attunes to it. A creature can also voluntarily end the attunement by spending another short rest focusing on the item unless it's cursed. Alright, yeah, so you don't have to attune to an item unless it requires attunement. So you would spend a short rest. What does this do? how does it do it, and then another short rest, I attune to it if necessary. So the second one is really only if the item requires attunement. Otherwise, you spend one and you go, oh, it's a this and it does that.
Okie dokie.
Rules is written as I interpret. Anyway. Thank you for coming to my TED
dagger.
Talk.
DJamesP23@gmail.com. You are getting a email with a Google Doc.
As well as your email out on the internet now for everyone to know.
Yes.
Hey, Eric,
So I forgot your stream.
sponsor.
My sponsors,
DJ's
DJ's
email.
his personal email.
Okay.
Time to get a new email.
You sent it under a launch of new data center in Mexico from Zoom video communication. Oh, never mind. There it is.
No, I did not. I sent it to your email. So
Everyone's
pick
already
up-
got your email. They're already spamming.
for everybody else doesn't necessarily need to know the math. You're welcome to share. But as soon as so you're sitting on top of the cart, it's your turn, your first watch. Everybody else is bedding down. You're holding it in its sheath still, and you're sitting there. Your feet are kind of swinging off the side, and you pull it out. And as soon as you pull it out, you hear, "Hello, my name's Nightblood. Are we gonna kill some evil?"
Yes.
Great. You lose 1 max HP.
What is happening?
Forever.
Or ever. That is gone now.
Oh, max
I'll
HP.
give you
Oh,
max HP. Your max HP are reduced by 1. Not
I'll
your
see in the
current
Sandlot.
HP, but your max HP.
heard that.
That scene in Sandlot.
Forever. If you want to take a minute to read over that doc I just sent you, if you have any questions,
I
you
like the name of the doc.
intuitively know all that.
That you're totally screwed and you're all gonna die.
It's called Tozu's Totally Not Cursed Dagger.
I have a feeling some sanguination is involved in appeasing, but I look forward to watching this take place.
So I leave it up to you how much of this you want to share because it is a cursed item.
Well, there's that.
Please
So
don't share the cursedness.
I don't want to just out
it helps,
that
I
to the
can.
entire party.
I cannot share the cursedness. I will say that.
And it's not something that's gonna. Well, I don't know.
I do have a question for. Okay, so +2 to hit. So therefore, if I use this, I'd have my.
On
Initiative.
top of whatever your regular hit bonus is.
Okay, so which would be 7 when I'm rolling to hit. So it would be a 9 if I'm using this.
Yes.
And then 1d4 magical piercing +3 necrotic.
Yes.
So that's an automatic 1d4, and then it's just the +3 bonus at the end.
Yes. So it's
Okay.
1d4 piercing damage that counts as magical for overcoming resistance,
Yeah.
plus whatever your dex is, +3 necrotic.
You're doing.
So that's a +7.
So your minimum damage is 7.
Heard. Well, 8. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, because your
My
dex is
dex
4.
is 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Minimum damage is 8.
Heard.
Well.
It's a strong item.
Yeah. Just we're just gonna not dawdle anymore, guys.
Gotta get this mission over with.
Yep.
So you don't bleed out to this thing.
Yep.
Are we starting the resting?
Yeah, so the rest has started. This is the
Are
first
we?
thing this is the first, like, you all are resting inside. And for those of you inside, you hear nothing.
Oh, we're sleeping, assumedly.
You hear Tozu, like, as you're settling down, you hear Tozu kind of mutter outside, "Yes?"
Also, do you need me to do any perception check or whatnot? As
No.
no, Okay.
You know those things, like you know how it works. You know those things.
I think he was talking about for the watch.
Oh, for the watch. Oh, yeah, for the watch. Yes. I just was going to give you a minute to sort of react to
Oh, sorry.
anything
Okay.
else.
Uh, so, so, so Nightblood. Okay, Nightblood. We can work with this Nightblood.
Mhm.
So you want to kill all evil? Are you able to detect evil?
Nope. You point, I stick.
If I try to attack something that's not evil, do you still stick?
You point, I stick.
Heard.
It's all evil to me.
Sounds good to me. I know the feeling. How do you feel about music?
Screaming?
Do you like to sing at all?
Screaming sounds great.
Yeah.
I can hum.
Humming works.
It's just a monotone,
Boy.
like vibrating metal sound.
You and I are gonna have fun with Brody.
Oh boy.
Well,
Alrighty. Was that
This is
9 your
gonna be
perception
fun.
check for your watch?
yes, that 9 was my perception check for the watch.
Okay.
I'm
You are
too-
extremely
I'm too
distracted.
enamored with my dagger.
This thing is still like for the entirety. So I'm going to say that 9 gets you. So for the first entire hour, this thing has just been humming at that same consistent monotone. It is a knife. It does not have lungs, but periodically it will pause as if for breath, and you kind of hear. You almost hear like an inhalation. You almost hear like a. Even though it obviously doesn't breathe. And when you put it back in its sheath, it kind of gets muffled, but you can still hear it. About halfway through your watch, you think you hear maybe some rustling in the underbrush. Somewhere off in the woods. You're not quite sure where.
Good to know. Can I?
You can go investigate the noise if you like. It came generally from over here. A little further away from the house than that.
I'll
Or you can just hope that it was just a rabbit.
I'll go. I'll check some things out a little bit. Just I figure. Can I stealthily approach towards where the noise has been? But first, by requesting of Nightblood to be quiet for a second, just in case there's potential evil around.
So you say, "Can you be quiet for a second?" And Nightblood says, "Quiet? Why? Are we going to hunt evil?" Very loudly. Make a stealth check. Normally.
A normal stealth check.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 26.
Okay. So you can move yourself over to go investigate. And Nightblood is just like humming a little bit more intensely now, like with anticipation, like.
I literally all I can envision is this like over animated thing, like just a cartoon character. And it's just so funny in my head. So thank you. This is entertaining.
Make an investigation check.
Oh, remember that good roll I just had?
Yep.
Hey,
there you go.
Dark vision. What? Dark vision and a distracting sword. Everything's coming up Millhouse.
So you see a number of wolves sort of streaming through the forest, heading northwest, west, like west northwest. So primarily to the west, but a little bit north.
is it just the wolves I'm seeing? There's
Yeah, so it's a large number of them, but it's not like a stampede. Like it's one, and then one a little further into the woods, and then a couple seconds later, a third one kind of comes by.
and no chance there's Perrin with everyone. Or with all the wolves.
Not that you have seen.
Okay. Guess I'm gonna kind of just watch the wolves and also apologize to Nightblood that we do not have any evil afoot.
Nightblood is clearly disappointed, and launches into a story about how it was once used to kill 100 men in a single minute.
Go on.
It starts giving you physical descriptions of each individual person. Would you like to stay and continue watching the wolves? Would you like to go back? Are you going to...
I suppose I should, actually go back and continue watch from a spot closer to the house. But I will take note that that I've seen a fair amount of wolves moving up to the north by northwest, you said?
Make a nature check.
Hey!
This is unusual. You have seen more wolves move than typically run in a pack.
And are they...
And they're all beelining straight for the same place.
Are they going at a rapid pace? Like, are they running or are they...
They are full-on sprinting.
Okay. I know Beetle needs to... Can I follow a little bit to him? Is there a land, where we are, are we higher up? Am I going, are they going up a hill or are they going down a hill? Can I see, further?
It's standard woodsy terrain, some ups, some downs, poor visibility. They are substantially faster than you.
Okay. I will... I'm gonna note this and talk to people in the morning.
Okay.
I guess I'll go back and continue my watch.
All right. The rest of your watch passes. You continue to hear them, in ones and twos running through the woods. Who's next up for watch?
That would be me.
So a full hour later, Nightblood has finished telling you about... it was actually 106 people. And Nightblood has told you about all 106 of them.
1 minute, you say? Those are rookie numbers.
Nice.
So Kat comes out of the house to relieve you. What, if any, information would you like to...
Well, first I would like to say, hey buddy, how you feeling?
Slightly stabbed. Slightly better.
Sorry about that.
Is she evil?
No.
Did you stab her? Can I stab her?
No stabbing. No
Kat,
stabbing.
you don't hear that.
Okay.
Except for
no,
him talking to
you
himself
You
saying,
do
no,
hear
don't stab her.
Ozu abruptly saying, no stabbing, no.
Yeah, no stabbing is correct, Tozu. Go to bed.
It's been a long day. Hey, just so you know, there's wolves, more than there should be.
Like our friends, the wolves?
I don't know. I didn't see Perrin anywhere, but it's it's the woods. So, but they're moving. They're moving rapidly. They are they're spooked at something.
Okay.
I believe.
Kat, you can make a perception check now.
I will do that. $17.
So now that Tozu has kind of pointed it out, you do note that all around you on both sides of the house. You can kind of hear rustlings. And as you sort of look out above the tree line a little bit, you can see... sorry, let me look at scale. You can see... actually, do you have dark vision?
No, I don't think so. Hold on.
Are you a half-elf?
No,
You're just a human? I always think you're a half-elf. I don't know why.
I used to play a half elf.
Just a human.
Okay.
Is it like
So kind of silhouetted in the night sky, an indeterminable distance, but still reasonably far away, you see many dark shapes circling over an area of the forest that's in the direction that all the wolves are running.
who or from?
The wolves are running towards these dark shapes circling in the sky.
I'm assuming that this is all happening while we're still talking, like sharing the information of the first watch to the second watch, right?
Yeah, so you come in and say, hey, I noticed some wolves, and Kat is like, yeah, and she notices the dark shapes.
Because I have dark vision. I don't know if that...
You rolled shit on... Well, you rolled...
Yes,
on your
but
initial
if Kat's there and like she's pointing out where the thing is by chance.
It's up to Kat.
So I see the wolves, and I'm like, you said there were wolves. What are the things in the sky? And I like point.
All right, Tozu, one more perception.
What thing's in the sky?
I don't know, take a look. Damn it.
Yeah, you can't get there quite the same. You're just a little too short. Your angle's too steep.
All right, well, that's creepy, but whatever. Go to bed. Let's get this show on the road.
All right, yeah, night cat, and don't worry, definitely won't stab anything. Not evil. She's not evil.
Go to bed, Tozu.
I'm gonna just go in and kind of.
Why go to bed when we could be killing evil?
Oh, we'll kill evil
There's
in the morning.
Oh, I'm sure it's here.
Well, you missed the evil. You were chilling in your fireplace, which is a weird phrase.
Well, that wasn't my fault.
Well, it never will be with that attitude.
Right. So Kat like sets herself up. She's kind of like over by the wagon in the doorway ish, and just kind of like looking around, looking up at the sky.
Make another perception check. Okay. Okie dokie. You see a glowing light moving from over here in the same direction as the wolves. You catch a human silhouette outlined, or humanoid silhouette. Jesus Christ. Outlined, running between the trees with the wolves.
Do I recognize the silhouette?
It's a silhouette of a humanoid figure.
But it doesn't look like our dude guy, does it?
You rolled a 12.
Okay.
Get what you get.
I'm just gonna keep chilling on my watch because I just kind of want to go back to bed and not deal with crazy shenanigans. So.
Okie dokie. Your watch passes. You continue to hear noises in the night. Okay. Who's next up?
That would be me.
Okie dokie.
Cat's just kind of like zen, like.
I'm gonna wake up Broseph as well. Let's go.
Make sure to say no stabby. That's our new communication.
All right, Cat. It's our turn.
Some weird ass crap going on in the woods.
Oh,
Just so you know.
which part of the woods? Looking around.
I like point and I'm like some wolves from Tozu's watch, some things in the sky, and then some like humanoid figure thing. But they kept their distance.
That's a lot.
I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Cat goes back inside.
Brody, you can make a perception check.
Yeah, one moment here.
Broseph
You're
also.
I like to think that the moment Cat walks in, the sword is just like, evil? No, go back to sleep.
It is, you kind of like, fitfully sleep, periodically wake up, and you can hear Nightblood's voice in your dreams.
Aw.
It just
Word.
seems to be sort of chittering or humming quietly the entire night. This is forever now. This is
Your life now.
I'm gonna have Broseph help, or I will help Broseph. So shoot.
You can both. Yeah, you can both.
Yeah, I just give her advantage basically.
Okay.
And 11. That's the high one.
Okay. Yeah. So you see. So Kat has pointed out to you
Here and over there.
that there are. You just hear at this point like a pretty consistent rustling in the underbrush, and you actually notice that it's not just wolves. It seems to also be like wild boars. You think you see a stag, and
They're going from the left side of the map to the right side of the map.
they are going from the right side to the left side in a west-northwest direction. If you want to see the world map, you are
The purple dot.
there. They're heading roughly, where the hell is that line? Roughly that trajectory.
From the city we're approaching towards the direction we came from.
Yes.
So great. So
Some of them are also seem to be coming from, like, you hear the noises further to the north and south as well. It's not like they're coming from the city, fleeing the city.
Yeah.
And you do see like some dark, shadowy figures.
So basically, I'm talking this out with Broseph. So the further north we go, we have people coming south, and the further south we go, we have animals afraid and going north. So there's just bad everywhere getting sandwiched.
Roll a nature check.
Bad to the south. Yeah, it sounds like these things are
Or
running.
animal handling, or... Oh, good God, insight. Animal handling or insight, actually. Not
All right,
nature.
let's see. I'm gonna go with insight. 'Cause got me some more dots in that.
You said more dots.
Yeah, I noticed it too.
Sorry, that's from other games. That'd be a 21.
These
That was
animals...
insight. That was
These
insight.
animals are not afraid. They are...
So they're being called. It's more of a.
Draw.
Yeah, it's less of a flight and more of a pull.
Maybe they're going to get mimosas.
Yes.
Yes, those elven mimosas. Interesting.
Yeah, they are running towards, not away.
Okay. All right, so they are not fleeing from the south; they're heading towards.
With an extreme sense of urgency.
An animal army. I'm gonna ponder on that and think back to how I got the how the wolf stitching is working its way into my my pennant. See if I can connect any dots in that capacity. Does anything come to mind that way? A good friend that told me that someday I might see through the eyes of the wolf.
Make a nature check with advantage. Yeah.
Sure, we'll go with it.
Sure. Let's see. Nature check with.
It's not all there yet, so you can't just use the thing.
I'm just.
But I like
I'm trying to
where your
bring it
head's
back
at.
into the story.
No, I like
don't-
where your head's at, and I want you to do that. So
No, that's a 2, not a
Okay.
1, and that's a 15.
Okay.
I'll take it.
So you kind of strain your ears, and then you kind of strain all of your senses to just sort of see if you can attune yourself almost to the forest and to the animals. And you feel kind of an inkling that the forest itself is almost crying out for help, coming from this way. And these animals, as you watch them, are responding to that call. They have urgency and some fear, but they're running to help.
I'm gonna get the shell phone.
Sure.
I'm gonna report this. Just like witnessing strange animal activity in the forest, in this compass direction, generally from this city towards that direction, and I'm no druid, but it seems like the forest itself is calling its own citizens for aid. Just want it documented, sort of like the catch that I'm transmitting this for.
They ask if you think it's related to your current mission.
It may be, in that, again, I'm no druid or elf or anything, but elven lands seem to be a little bit more enchanted, and maybe it's this region of the world defending itself, with the push from the north being the danger.
Whoever's on the other end informs you that they're leaving it up to your judgment. It doesn't sound like something that they critically suggest you check out, and they leave it up to you if you want to take an additional detour, or if you want to pursue on with your main quest.
As of right now, I agree. Again, just wanted it documented that it's an occurrence that seems large scale and odd. I'll take it up with the rest of my team in the morning, and if we change directions, I'll let you know.
Communication received.
Yeah, and if nothing else, I'll probably spend the rest of the night pondering what I might be able to take from this house for a trophy.
Good.
A little knickknack, a little something.
You're sitting there thinking, and you hear I'm actually going to see if I can find a sound. I don't think I can share sound clips, can I?
You would have to stream.
Can you do it in Discord?
Yeah, Discord stream like a YouTube video. Or...
Yeah. You have to make sure you activate the sound option.
You hear an immensely loud, but also distant, screeching cry echo through the night.
Like a
It sounds
rabbit.
kind of like the Nazgul from Lord of the Rings.
Okay. Do I get a direction on that one, or is just like...
It's the direction that all the animals are running.
Okay. Terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure to pass that along. So, Broseph, any ideas?
Brosip can make a nature check too, sure.
I don't know what sound a treant makes when it dies, but you know. Let's see. She's smarter than I am. Do. No nature though, right? No. Doot, doot, doodaloo. She got a 20. Not natural. Well, I like you, kid. You're smarter than I am.
It sounds very much like a gigantic wyvern.
You mean the things that claim to be dragons until the real dragons show up?
Yep. Keeping in mind, out of game, dragons are relatively rare, and none of you have ever seen one.
Yeah, but I'm sure, like, in lore, stories are told.
Yes, stories are told, but you have encountered wyverns. And I'm going to go so far as to say that Brosif has seen a wyvern, at least from a medium distance.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it sounds kind of like a wyvern, but much bigger.
Okay. I start looking to the night sky. I'm just holding my torch. Hopefully the moon silhouette's something up there. That's scary. All right. Well, we'll make sure to stay extra vigilant then.
Sure.
And I'll,
Pass watch?
yeah, just talk to her about the code. You know, and
Sure.
if she has any questions or whatever, pass the rest of the night on.
Sure. Who's last up for watch?
I think it's Beetle, right?
Yeah.
Beetle, wake up.
Don't screw this up.
Oh.
Come on out here. I gotta talk to you about some stuff.
Yeah. What's going on?
This one's a little evil, but still go back to bed.
All right. I'm letting you sit in the wagon for the watch. First thing. Second thing.
Yeah, right.
We first noticed wolves in the earlier watches, but now it seems to be most of the forest animals in general seem to be traveling from this direction towards that direction, and not necessarily just in this line, but wider than that. I get the impression that it's not so much them being frightened away from something, but be responding to a call or a lure, or answering some sort of intent. This includes aerial things, and we heard a really monstrous scream through the night, which Brosif over here thinks that might have been a wyvern. So watch out for flying reptiles.
Shall I do a perception check just because I'm out here?
Yes, you do.
I'll be pointing and directing to all these locations. That cry came out from where all the animals were going. So I don't know if they're going to fight that thing, or they're going to aid that thing.
So as you look to the west, northwest, generally this direction, you see some dark splotches in the night sky. You note that the stream of animals running has started to kind of taper off, but there's still a few stragglers that are coming along behind, and you actually see...
And I do have dark vision, if that matters.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I'm just using a torch.
And you see an occasional, like, brief, faint glow from that direction. Just like a, not like a bright flash of light from a specific spot, but just sort of like a brief glow.
What distance would I guess that to be based on my perception I got? Or would you like me to do some nature reading?
Do a survival check.
While Beetle's trying to put all this together, I'm just going to check on the horses.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I Thank God I got those 2s out earlier.
Between 5 and 7 miles.
Any smell in the air of smoke?
You can make another perception check for that.
Our horses aren't responding to that call at all, right?
My goodness, these rolls.
The horses seem somewhat agitated.
Okay. They're not
kind
like
of whinnying a little bit.
trying to like get away or.
Versus being agitated, I can't imagine.
From your sort of still going sense, they're domesticated.
Yeah.
So they're less affected. But they are kind of like whinnying and shifting nervously.
I'll try to, give him some pats and calm him down and tell Bo to make sure that he looks after his brothers.
Sure. With a 21, you do smell a faint hint of some sort of like acrid smoke and oh my god, I can't think of the word. Like
Brimstony?
sharp, no, like sharp, pungent,
Sulfur?
not sulfurous, like almost
Necrotic?
chemical, like
I'm allergic.
plasma, like burning, like
Oh, ozone?
burning plasma. Yeah, like yes, thank you. Like an ozone type smell, and a faint hint of rot and decay.
All right, Beetle, you got it? Can we go to bed?
You can, but be warned. I smell some necrotic burning. I can see some flashes off in the distance. It might be 5 to 7 miles away. But I would suggest having yourself ready for a fight. Your stuff nearby while you rest.
Well, can't exactly sleep in the armor, but still got the shield and the gauntlet.
Just keep those handy, and I'll. So it's 5 to 7 miles away. If it gets up to 2 miles away, I'll pick back up roleplay, I guess. I feel
Not
like
bad,
I'm
you-
actually very vigilant this evening.
You don't want to done fuck up again, Ron.
Getting them rolls.
Hey. Maybe I also was ensorcelled in a different way.
Yeah, it's called willing.
Very trusting in my head.
As the satyr bard.
See here.
Incubus, you say. Succubus. You had me at incubus. Fuzzy beast. Kill it.
No.
I detect evil.
No.
All cats are evil.
Please don't say
beautiful.
evil.
I want
Please.
your sugar, I want your sugar gliders to learn how to ride the cat like a horse.
Mine cannot.
One of them
but-
did.
Oh yeah, I did jump on
She
him.
fell off the ceiling onto the cat.
Fell. Attacked from above.
Fell.
The training's still in work. It's still in progress.
I like it.
Yeah, I've
Hell's
seen videos of sugar gliders like riding other domesticated like dogs, cats, whatever. I didn't get mine from birth, so they're not. They tolerate me.
They're not.
One more than the other.
They realize you provide the food and go,
Pretty
yeah,
much.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Still don't want to
Does not kill us, keeps us from getting.
This one
Getting
sometimes
dead.
leaves the cage open so I can go explore.
Yeah, that's DJ, not me.
Oh, was it him both times?
Yeah, that was him. One time might have been me, but one time was definitely him.
Ta-da.
All right, so the rest of your watch beetle passes uneventfully. You still hear and see whatever's happening off in the distance.
It doesn't
but
approach us at all, though.
No, it doesn't seem to be approaching you.
Okay. least I can relay all the smells and sounds and sights I get in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my health and spells are back.
All right, so you pass successfully until the morning.
Yay!
Yay.
Everyone can re-get their stuffs.
My glasses feel charged. My body feels charged.
Hit
Oh, are you doing
points.
us
What a great
uh,
sleep, everyone. Let me tell you a wonderful story about how awesome you all are, and you get 9 temporary hit points.
Woohoo!
Actually, I should have gotten rid of my 16 from earlier, but
Now you get 9 instead.
Get my key points back. Doo-dah.
Good to see everyone else got a nice restful sleep.
So, Tozu, what's up with that shiny thing you got there?
It's a shiny sword. I don't recommend touching it.
Are you talking to it, did I hear?
Sometimes you just become friends with your weapons. It's an assassin's thing. You wouldn't understand.
Fair enough. Don't let it
and
convince you to stab me, please.
I won't, as long as you don't go evil.
Evil? It kind of perks up. It had tapered off towards the wee hours of the morning. But it perks up when you say the word evil. Evil? Did you say she was evil?
No. She's not evil. She's not evil.
Are you sure? We could stab her a little bit just to check.
I know. I've already stabbed her before. Like I owe her a couple now, but not stabbings. Like I think I just owe her some favors for a bit.
Everybody can hear just Tozu's half
Yeah,
of this conversation.
See that going on right there. Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
Tozu, make an perception check.
can I do an Arcana alongside?
Beetle, yes, you can do it.
Oh, that's a push-up.
I'm just looking at the ground, embarrassed, like, or just muttering to myself, not realizing they're all looking at me this entire time. I'm just, just so caught up talking to a sword, like it's perfectly normal. Or dagger.
I mean, as far as you know, we can hear it. You don't know that we.
Yeah,
can.
you have not, Tozu. You have not yet figured out that they can't hear Nightblood. That was the seeing it. We're gonna see if you can piece it together gradually. Beetle, you with an Arcana check have seen / heard of cursed weapons and objects, and you don't know for certain, but you have a strong suspicion that Tozu is cursed somehow.
So you found yourself a cursed blade, huh?
That's not cursed. It's very pretty. It is a very pretty blade. I will one day. This blade will. One day.
I'm very pretty. I'll curse you.
Very pretty.
I never questioned
Don't-
the beauty
don't
of your
hurt my friend. Like, I'm aware that it's Beetle, not even that good of a friend, but like it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I never said that your dagger was not gorgeous, because it truly is. I just
Thank you,
know enough
Nightblood.
that if
Nightblood,
you're
what do you
talking to
say?
yourself, I'm sure you actually.
Whoa,
hear
whoa,
something.
whoa. What is Nightblood? Hold up.
I mean, talking to myself.
You just said she just said
We
something was
don't hear your
Nightblood?
dagger.
There you go.
What do you mean you don't hear the dagger? It's talking. It's been humming literally the entire night. How were you able to sleep through it?
Hence me
I'm
letting
only
you
talking
know
to you.
that I understand this dagger not to be fully in your best interest. Be cautious. Maybe find ways to overcome its cloyiness.
That
You
one
think
sounds evil. Are you sure he's not evil?
Dagger is talking
He's not
to
evil.
you?
He's just
You can always just stab him a little bit.
Yeah, I know we could stab him a little bit. We could shave his leg hair off. Maybe we'll do it as a practical joke later on.
What is happening to Tozu?
Brody's very quiet because he's muttering his prayers right now. Checking my spells.
Tozu, just to let you know, if you need any help with that, I'm here for you and for the dagger to make sure that you both are safe.
The dagger's going to be safe, obviously. It's with me. And as we know, I'm the world's best assassin.
I said what I said.
Ooh, you're the world's best assassin? Why didn't you tell me?
Well, because I told you we'd have surprises in the morning.
Let's go assassin then. What are we waiting for? Hurry it up.
Let's go assassin.
Have you ever heard,
I love it. It's so what the cartoon would say.
have you ever heard of the legend of Gian the Fist? Because I haven't, but we're gonna find out.
Is he evil?
Yes.
I hope he's evil. Oh boy. Let's go find the evil fist. Danielle, I know you have to go.
Yes, 5 minutes.
So I think everybody gets their long rest benefits.
Sure.
Everybody gets any temp HP from Brody's inspiration.
That would be the 9.
And then we will figure out where you guys want to go next. In the morning light, anybody who's outside, as you look to the west, you see black shapes still circling in the sky.
Hovering.
The large black shapes have been joined by dozens and dozens of small, tiny black dots.
Boy. Good morning, everybody.
So overall question for oh wait, sorry, are we still on?
No,
or
we're
are we...
done.
I'm good
Okay.
wrapping there. Anybody?
Okay.
If anybody
I
has
might-
anything else they'd like to do as part of the morning in preparation for next session,
Yeah, I think
in the
there's
day?
one thing I want to do.
Oh, I like meditated to get my stuff back because I have to meditate. So I'm gonna
No,
meditate for
that's
like
on my
half an
dock as
hour.
well.
I don't think you have to meditate on a long rest.
No, okay.
No. I think it all just happens. I definitely think Tozu gets inspiration for roleplay this evening.
I don't know that it's relevant. Sure, I'm gonna do it anyway. Eli.
No, it says either type of rest recharges them if you do 30 minutes of meditation. So
Yeah, so you just do that as a part of your.
as Mari, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably did it when I was on watch or something.
Or yeah, as like winding down to sleep.
Oh.
Yeah, Pat.
I would like to cast Detect Magic
Okay.
for my good friend Tozu over there, particularly because of the dagger.
All right. Tons of stuff lights up.
Getting fireworks. There's a whistle.
Tons of-
Neon signs pointing at the
I'm
bad
particularly
dagger.
paying attention to the dagger, but
yeah. So
Yeah,
like, I mean,
I,
you know what you have that's magic.
everything within 30 feet like highlights for
Oh
me.
wait.
Yeah.
So do you announce that you're doing that?
There's a verbal component to my spell, so I'm.
So I would
I'm
notice that.
saying a prayer
You would
aloud.
notice spellcasting, yeah.
So you
Yeah.
see me pull out the little cat statue and hold it up while you're doing your shenanigans.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah, so you have your magic items, Beetle's glasses light up, Tozu's armor lights up, the dagger.
And I'm just staring at you holding a little tiny cat.
Sure, I look at Cat.
The dagger lights up. Yes, items
if you
are magical, yeah.
Yeah, yes, they are. Particularly,
Okay.
just so you know, it's 30 feet, so at 30 feet. I see a faint aura around any visible creature or object that it bears magic, and I learn what school of magic, if any.
Transmutation.
Oh,
Okay.
and let's not forget DJ has at least one push-up.
Yeah, it does. I dodged all those push-ups tonight.
It'll happen when I'm not laying on a bed.
I rolled a 2 and got a -1. So yeah, I
There's
guess
a
I
lot of
want to
twos out
know
here.
the figurine, the dagger.
Trust me, I've been doing the push-ups after game session, but considering I don't have much room in my actual room, I have to. go
DJ, it's
to the
okay.
hallway.
You can do some push earth downs today. You know.
Yeah.
All right, so Brody sees the dagger as just being an enchanted +3 dagger.
I don't necessarily learn all the properties. That's identified.
Yeah, no, you don't learn, and you don't actually see, so it doesn't appear cursed. You actually don't see
it doesn't tell me
anything
that.
different than
Is it
like a
magic?
+1
What
sword.
school of magic?
It is magic, and I think it's transmutation for like +1 swords. I believe are transmuted.
Probably.
I'm fairly certain. I'm sticking with it.
Sure.
Cat, you see her staff is magic, and you see magic potion, and you see the cat.
Cat has a cat.
The
Like
cat,
a
the
bow,
cat
and
has.
bow just like is just glowing.
Yes, the bow is entirely glowing. And I'm not super great on my schools of magic, so let me check what school the
You cast that, your horse blinds you.
conjuration.
Conjuration.
So cat's cat is conjuration school.
Okay.
Ooh.
Um,
I assume you share that with me.
Sure.
I think
Oh,
most
interesting.
enchanted items are transmutation.
That looks like it's got conjuration magic on it, which maybe Beetle can tell you more about than I can. But in my mind, that means maybe this cat becomes a cat.
Hey, Beetle.
Huh.
Can you tell me anything about my cat statue? Hold up, cat statue.
Well, I guess I could do an Arcana check for you as well.
That would be amazing.
It's a cat.
That's a statue.
Cat statue, it's magic.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yes, smells like conjuration.
Alrighty. Well, at
Oh,
least
it's
I've
not-
confirmed
it's
it's
not conjured evil.
magic.
It is magic. Did we determine? So, this is a magic item that does require attunement. So she would have to attune to it before learning its properties.
No, so first I suppose you could do it in either order, but there is a short rest's worth of time to figure out
What it does,
everything it does and
then
how
a
to use it.
and then a separate short
And then
rest.
a second, and in that it would say, and you must attune to it. And then
Okay.
you do a second one to then do that.
Gotcha. Okie dokie.
Okay.
So the first one tells you everything about it.
Okay.
And then the second one would be to attune to it if that is required. Otherwise, the first one does everything for you.
Cool.
What it does, how it works, how to make it work. What prerequisites? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Fair.
Okay. Everyone got their HPs for me. Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Bo gets HP.
Beetle, go ahead and send that to.
Oh, I did.
Okay.
I was just keeping you in the loop.
Cool. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Indeed.
Alrighty. I gotta go to sleep.
Yeah.
Is there anything from the house that I can add to my token list? Oh, knick-knack.
Well, there's an incubus corpse out there.
Yeah, no, that's.
You should
Okay.
take the eye of the incubus.
Tooth.
I'm not an alchemist.
Not with that attitude.
Nor will I ever be.
What are you looking for? Something that you can like put on your pennant,
Yeah, just a
or
pin. Like this was quite the encounter, you know.
yeah, there's a couple
We
wall hangings.
survived.
There's a couple wall hangings and stuff that you could potentially cut a corner of.
Yeah.
The body really still just chilling over
You
in the
could
corner.
I dragged it way
no,
off.
it's outside. It's outside now.
Way off this corner.
Okay, yeah, I'm not gonna go hunt it down. I don't care.
Alright, I'm not worried about a token.
You can saw off some horn. Make
Yeah,
it-
there's like some small, like there's like a little skull of a small mammal.
If
Like
nothing speaks to me, I'm not concerned.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly nothing that's like
Yeah.
This is
particularly like religious or symbolic or
Fitting.
yeah, it's all pretty.
Yeah, I don't want to just like
It's all
throw
pretty
any-
creepy and macabre. So
apparently a talking sword. You could go check that.
In fact, if you guys want to see another image of it, you should check the channel on what I threw up there if you haven't seen it yet.
I did. I reacted
Yeah, I
to
know
it.
DJ saw it.
Oh, jeez. I'm gonna give that a like as well.
That's pretty good.
So,
Yeah.
Eli, I do have a question about the sword, just on the meta side of things. With
yeah, I
the,
think we're good. Or Danielle,
okay.
if you want to go to bed,
Right, wish me luck.
good luck. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Wish you still. I'll see you later.
I have an interview if everyone wants to know. Alrighty.
Do you want me to
Bye.
get on the